it's going to be a volatile week ahead because we have got some high red flags. We have the unemployment change in the UK. We also have some Euro news. We also have the GDP still in the UK. We have the GDP, the gross domestic product. Also have the core CPI, the CPI itself. That's on Wednesday. I'm only looking at the red flags. We also have the AUD employment change or unemployment rate, the main refinancing rate. This is for the Eurozone. Have the monetary policy statement still in the Eurozone. So you have to be extra careful for this week that is coming next, because we have a lot of red flags. We expect high volatility because this is when market or price is manually overridden during those red flags. So you should be cautious when trading. If you're trading news, you should be cautious. If you're not trading news, you can stay away from them and you trade your normal way of trading. So those are the red flags that we have. Now, for the CPI, we expect a rise in the CPI, which is good for the currency. Remember, we have the inflation target of 2% before they end the tightening cycle. The Feds end the tightening cycle. They have a target of 2% inflation rate. So they are fighting inflation. They are fighting inflation. That's why the dollar is strong. They're trying to give everyone buying power so that things are not expensive to purchase. The previous week, we saw the ISM manufacturing PMI expanded. The industries are doing good. We did good in August because they expanded. We saw an expansion. So basically, the dollar is performing well against its rivalries. We have a weaker pound, a weaker euro. The pound is weak given the fact that Governor Bailey was dovish. Governor Andrew Bailey was dovish on his speech the last time they met, whereby they are ending their tightening cycle on the monetary policy. The interests are going to be at a pause. So it sounded dovish for the pound. That's why the pound is weak. And the Eurozone, they have a weaker economy right now. They have a very weak economy. So the greenback has used this chance to be strong against its rivalries. we want to look at DXY first, the DXY itself first. That's what we want to look at. That's a weekly chart and the DXY. Hope you're all seeing that. So that's the DXY, that's our weekly chart. First and foremost, the incoming stronger than expected macro data from the United States, including the ISM services PMI on Wednesday, and the weekly jobless claims on Thursday, points to a resilient economy. The narrative, meanwhile, supports prospects of further policy tightening by the Fed, which in turn should limit any meaningful downside for the US bond yields and the US dollar. So this in turn might hold back traders from placing aggressive bullish bets around the non-yielding gold price. So basically, we are looking at a strong dollar currently. Last week, we discussed about the dollar being strong, depending on how it closed the previous weekly candle. So we are looking at liquidity, because this liquidity wasn't swept yet, which is May high, and another liquidity, buy side liquidity, which is March high, plus a weekly fair value gap here. So initially we had what we call accumulation. Market price was held in a range or in a consolidation. Market was held in a consolidation, as you see here. This is a consolidation. We got the manipulation into the monthly FVG. So we are now distributing orders to willing sellers. You get? Got here buy stops. Sell side liquidity swept. Distributing orders to willing sellers here. Taking out this March high and of course the FVG. So we are in the distribution phase. We are in the distribution phase of the DXY. I'm still looking at a bullish dollar. Fundamentals will be our roadmap in this case. The fundamentals that we have this week will be our roadmap to drive the weekly candlestick to these areas, these point of interests. Fundamentals will act as our roadmap. You get? So this is a weekly chart on a dollar. We closed above this high, meaning we are likely to reach at this high to this coming week. Let's go to a daily chart. This week opened here, Monday Judas swing. I was hoping for a more down move into this FVG to balance here before we rally up. But price was too heavy to the upside delivery. It didn't come back here to rebalance. It just moved up. That's a signature in price of being too heavy towards the upside delivery. So we closed our Friday candle with a very strong rejection to the upside. So I'm still looking at a bullish dollar based on a daily time frame. And that's our daily chart. Then let's go to the euro. The euro dollar. We start from the weekly chart. As you see here, initially price bounced from the weekly volume imbalance. We went down. We got institutional order flow entry drill in the FVG here. And this is a signature in price that the algorithm is going to deliver aggressively, and it delivered aggressively. We broke this FVG, we closed below. So we are having sell side liquidity of May low and also sell side liquidity of March low. March low. So we are looking at these areas to be our draw on liquidity. First and foremost, the Euro USD posted another week of losses and closed near 1.0700 area. That's the place where we closed around there. The area that I'm talking of is here. That area. We closed around there. We closed around there, the lowest level in months. Apart from a strong dollar, the euro was affected by dampened expectations regarding the European Central Bank and its monetary policy. You get? The ECB will have its monetary policy meeting on Thursday, and it is unclear whether the central bank will raise interest rates further. You get? So so the pair remains neutral to a downward bias, set to test the May 31st swing low of 1.0635. This is the May that we're talking of. This swing low, May 31st. If the euro achieves a daily close below the psychological level, of course we closed below that psychological level. In that scenario, selling pressure could drive the major towards the former, followed by a 1.0600 figure and the March 15 daily low. So this is the March we are talking of, March 15 daily low. On the other hand, if the euro USD finishes the week above, and so we failed to finish the week above, meaning we are bearish, looking at this point of interests, and here March 15 low and May 31st low. These are our areas to be watched for price to be drawn or two. So that's what we expect this week, we are looking at a bearish Euro USD. These are our areas of target. When you go on a daily chart, price reacted from, we had an FVG here, so I'm not expecting price to come back higher this way. Depending on how it closed Friday's candle, it's a strong rejection that price is too heavy towards the sell side delivery, basing on how we closed Friday's candle. If we closed bullish, I was looking at this area to rebalance here before moving lower, but we closed bearish. So I'm looking at a bearish Euro USD, and basically it could be starting on Monday to be delivering a bearish. Looking at this liquidity first and another liquidity down this way. So we had an order block here, the last up close candle where we reacted from. So let's go to pound USD. Pound USD, we are looking also to be bearish. After a brief and failed correction, the pound USD pair resumed its downside movement and dropped to its lowest level in 3 months on Thursday. It reached a bottom at 1.2440 and then rebounded modestly, struggling to retake the 1.2500 level. The pound was influenced by relatively dovish comments from Bank of England officials. At the same time, positive US economic data continued to support the strength of the greenback. Greenback, I mean the dollar. So the economic data supported the dollar. We had ISM manufacturing PMI, it supported the dollar. We had weekly jobless claims, it has supported also the dollar. So the focus now shifts to upcoming UK employment and GDP data and the US Consumer Price Index. In anticipation of the Bank of England and Federal Open Market Committee Form C, a decision is scheduled for September 20 and 21st respectively. So we are looking at a bearish pound dollar, looking at this liquidity here, sell side liquidity of May low. Okay, that's the liquidity we're looking at to target. We also have a volume imbalance down this way. So we are bearish on the pound dollar. Let's go to gold, this yellow metal, and see how far are we going to deal with the yellow metal. So the yellow metal, after 2 consecutive bullish weeks, it failed to maintain its bullishness and decided to rebound back. We are looking at this liquidity to be our target for the yellow metal, given the fact that we reacted from this FVG here. We got an institutional order flow entry drill here, and you closed the bearish. So the price is too heavy towards sell side liquidity for the yellow metal. We have your relatively equal lows. That's our target for the yellow metal. August low. We reacted from that FVG and also balance this small FVG here. You understand? So we are looking at a bearish gold towards our first target will be this previous week low liquidity and this liquidity of August. That will be our target for the dollar, sorry, for the gold, for the yellow metal. USD JPY. We still have some liquidity up here and we closed the bullish. So I'm still looking at a bullish USD JPY next week. The daily time frame, it shows a clear signal after rebalancing this area here. This FVG came back, reacted from the consequent approachment, closed above. So we are looking at a bullish UJ next week. The fundamentals will be our roadmap. USD card. We also closed bullish, but still displaced below this high, this liquidity, buy side liquidity. We are still bullish on USD card, looking at this liquidity here. Previously, we reacted down this way from this order block, the last up down close candle. That's where I reacted from that bullish move. So we are looking for liquidity pools here and here. Sell side liquidity here swept. Salam. Fine away. Ngenda kudamukubira ko nkyaliko busy. So we swept sell side liquidity here, tapped into a weekly OB, rallied, looking at this liquidity as our next target. USD CHF. We closed above previous week high, also bullish, looking at our next target here. We have a volume imbalance here, weekly volume imbalance. We also have buy side liquidity to be swept here. So those will be our important areas. Also this buy side liquidity to be reached at next week. Fundamentals are going to act as our roadmap. They are going to act as a catalyst to speed up the price. So you should trade cautiously when trading these news that we have this week. I think that's all I have for the review, and told you that we are going to only discuss on the major pairs. We have looked at USD CHF, USD CAD, USD JPY, also AUD USD, AD USD. We are still bearish. We closed below previous week low. So I'm looking at this liquidity to be the next target for AD USD. NZ USD, also same issue, kind of consolidating. This will be my next target. We have another block here that can act as my Judas string. When you look at a daily chart, from we broke this structure here, closed below, reacted from a fair value gap here. So I'm hoping for more bearishness, looking at previous week low as my draw on liquidity. Previous week low. After getting a reaction and displacing lower, I'm looking at previous day's low as first target. Also this target also, as we also look for this liquidity lower. We have this liquidity here. Should also act as our main tag, as other target on NZUSD. So guys, I think that's all what I had for you. What I can urge you, go back and back test everything. Use every opportunity that comes across in the group. All the PDFs that are shared, use them because they are the very information that I use, and all the fundamentals that I share with you. You also use them as an advantage for you to interpret your charts. If I tell you that the euro is weak, look at your technical analysis. Where do you expect the sell to come from? Then you anticipate. If I tell you that the dollar is strong, you anticipate where the bullish is going to come from. You look for entries on lower time frames, mark your PDRs, understand whatever is shared here. Try to understand. What you don't understand, you'll be asking me in my inbox. Yeah. And those that want lessons, we have a different group whereby we share all the knowledge through live sessions and PDFs that are shared there. So you endeavor to use that opportunity. So guys, that's all what I had for you. I just wish you a nice, peaceful week ahead. Let's mind about ourselves. Let's have what we call money management. Let's understand risk management. Risk what you afford to lose. Remember, forex carries like commodity features. Trading has large potential rewards, but also has large potential risk. So whatever I present to you, it's not made that your account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses. You get? So understand risk management, know what you can lose and know what you can earn. Don't be greedy and don't be greedy and don't be fearful. You get? Be with a target, be with a trading plan. Any business without a plan, it's not a business. You treat forex like a real business. Don't treat it like fun. Treat it like a real business. This is a real business. You get? Know when you have to stop like trading. You should have a minimum weekly loss. You should have a minimum daily loss. You understand? So always be with the target. I'm only looking for 100k per day, and I'm able to lose 30k per day. I'm able to lose 300k per week. I'm able to make 1M per week. Be with such a target. Journal your trades. You understand? Journal your trades. Look for your challenges. Find someone who is better than you. Interact with that person. Use that opportunity if you have got it. Because some of us here, we paid for what we are giving you freely. We paid for them. So if we happen to get that moment, you're going to get it free. Kindly use that opportunity, because not everyone that is giving it out for free. Go on YouTube, look for Luganda Trading Library channel, watch all the videos there. They will explain to you what you need to know about forex, what you need to know about entries, what you need to know about top-down analysis. So basically, do that. This is the weekend whereby it's not just to be spent anyhow. We use it for our own benefit by finding knowledge, back testing, correcting our mistakes. Where did I go wrong? How can I solve it? If I don't know what to do next, consult who is better than you. We have a lot of traders in that group who have the best knowledge. Interact with them, reach out to them. Help me here, help me here. I'm stuck here. What could this mean? You understand? So this will help us all together. Let's leave alone the gossiping around in the group. Know what you want. You all know what your backgrounds. You all know where you came from. You know your targets. So don't spend a lot of time in the sheet. If you focus on sheet grows. But actually, if you focus on you will grow. That's what helped me. I reached at a time I had to focus on myself. You get? I was scammed. I lost everything. But I sat down, I started focusing on myself. You see? So when you start focusing on yourself, you will grow. But if you focus on sheet will continue growing. You understand? I see you guys, you do a lot of gossiping in the group. That's why most of the time members miss out important things that are posted in the group, because you talk a lot of shit, talk a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense. I try myself, I try my level base, I post, I share setups, but someone comes in the group that we only post blues, we can't see the setups due to the reason you only talk a lot in the group. And we don't want to deny that uh, we don't want to deny you that freedom of typing in the group, whereby it's only the admins who are supposed to be typing. We don't want to be like that. But the freedom you have, you spend it like anyhow, you use it anyhow. Share a setup, we discuss. You understand? I know most of you here use a lot of different strategies. You are not wrong as long as it works out for you. Stick on that. Find ways of refining it, perfecting it. Don't just run from this strategy to another strategy. You only stick on what makes you a good trader. You understand? Find all the challenges in your strategy. Try to learn more about that strategy. Look for more info about it. Try to refine it. How can you go over? You understand? It's not about which is a good strategy. Every strategy is good, but it's the user that makes it good. When you find someone using support and resistance, you can say, oh, wow, this is the best strategy ever. But to me, it's not good. You find someone using indicators and you say, you can't lie, you can't tell me that I use support and resistance when I have indicators. My MACD will tell me that it's time to buy. My RSI shows overbought and oversold. How can you tell me that you revert to this? It can't work out for me. That's you. What can't work out for you? Let it stay. Like it can't work out for you. Stick on what works out for you. Just refine it. You understand, guys? We are all youths who need money. We want to change our lives. We want to change our families. We are looking for how to survive. We want to escape the matrix of poverty. This is the opportunity we should use. I know some of you here have ever paid for mentorship fees worth 3M and above, $500 and above. But what did you gain? What did you get in that? And a few of some of you here, you have also managed to pick up, but without paying any mentorship fees. Dinga, you've picked up. You've really improved on your trading style. I will not say that ICT concepts is the best strategy. It's you to make it the best. It's the best to me. I know how I use it, and I know how it has helped me. And ICT concepts is the same as SMC. There's not any big difference. I don't want you guys to exaggerate things. It's the same as SMC concepts. Smart money. Think like the banks. You understand? Think like the banks. That's all. I will not go into too much details. I'm going to end the session here. That was my review. I'm not a financial advisor, but that was my view on the currency market and mostly the major pairs. According to how I see, that was my view. So let's wait and anticipate the price action that will be currently the current price action by tomorrow or by midnight today when the market opens. I've just given you my idea that I'm expecting price here. You anticipate, like how I've been doing it before. So guys, I just want you to wish you a good night and a new second week of this month. I wish you to a peaceful week.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Fad. Have a good night also.
Good boys. Good boys.
Thank
the
you,
video has
have a
been
good night.
recorded. I'm going to share a simple recording. It has been recorded. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.